Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast Instant Match Reaction. It just looked, it hasn't gone live to X. Do come over to YouTube, people. It has gone live to Facebook. Maybe the blue ticks ran out on X, but I'll have to top that up. So it's not live on X, but do come over. I've just tweeted it. And Instant Match Reaction, Paul. Get your comments in, people. Talk to me.
Oh, God, it was absolutely awful. And it was so frustrating because it happens every time. It happens every sort of October time. It happens every January time. We're not a cup side, are we? You know, is there going to be a world any time in the future where we just think, well, we won't get relegated, so we'll stay mid-table and we'll sacrifice some league games to have the best possible squad we can in the cups? We have the same conversation every year, don't we? It was just toothless. It was toothless. And even the lads who came in, who you think would be chomping at the bit, some of them gave it a good go. You know, you could see Dibbling was trying. I think they were trying, but they were just off the pace. You can tell the people who haven't played very often, and it was just like, oh. Is that mean? Is that Roy Hodgson mean? No. And it was just like that all the time. And I didn't think Wolves were any better than us in particular. I just think that the couple of chances that they had, they scored. That was it. Frustrating.
Loads of comments coming in there. I'm putting your comments on the screen now, people. Loads in before we even started, to be fair. Peter McCann says shocking performance. Emma says threw that away, but why? Abo, shout out to you, says dog poop. Don't know what I'm allowed to say on the stream, so I'll say dog poop. Moyes effed it there. Evening all, Rod Ross says this is why Moyes is not the future. He hates derbies and cup games.
I hate derbies.
Comments that are coming. Moyes changed the squad. I was thinking. The comments are flooding in. Pooja says is Messiah just a naughty boy. There's loads of comments coming in. Moyes didn't take it seriously. We just obviously I'm putting your comments on now. Me and Paul will give feedback on your comments. Moyes didn't take it seriously. I'm about to say my words in a minute. Love it, Paul. Pass the bottle here. A regular Carl as well. He's just said, "Hi lads, I've run out of swear words for the rubbish tonight." Paul said, with emojis, dog. I don't know if it's dog poop. It's poop in it. There's loads of comments coming in. Nick Carr as well. I'm trying to engage with you all here straight away before we even get into our rants. On Moyes, that left the side out. Coleman and McNeil, nobody would have done that. I'm not saying that.
I was a bit surprised.
22 million, Dibbling 42 million looks money down the toilet to me.
No, I think it's probably a bit harsh on Dibbling. I mean, Barry was pissed off because he kept getting booted up the arse. So I understand his frustration because he was getting nothing from Pawson, and someone should have told him there's no chance we were going to get anything off him anyway. I mean, the number of fouls again on Grealish in the short time that he was on was ridiculous, and no one really got booked off their side again. And it sounds like sour grapes. I'm more frustrated and annoyed with us than anything else. You know, I thought a couple of the Wolves players were right knobheads, to be honest. I thought Pawson was not great again as a referee. No surprise there, but all of it is just a tangent to the annoyance of and disappointment of what we put in the performance tonight. It was an opportunity again, and it's just another missed opportunity.
See, I'll go for it now. I've been biting my tongue, and I can see a lot of people saying they've got a lot of swear words to say about that and run out of F words to say about it. But you know what? Really peed off with David Moyes. Really peed off with David Moyes because that was not the right team at the start. Not the right team. It was, I think it was like disrespecting Wolves, to be fair, because when we played them in the Premier League, it was a hard game that we had to play really well to win with our best players. And I knew as soon as we put that team out, a weakened team out of Wolves, because let's face it, we're not going to win the league unless everything goes for us. If we do it, it'd be like everything. It'd be a bit of a miracle, wouldn't it? Let's face it. And our biggest chance this season of doing something was to get a cup. If we want to keep players like Jack Grealish, we need to get Europa League Conference, which winning a cup would do that. And we watched Crystal Palace just staying in the cup last season. Crystal Palace, they won it. They won the cup. They actually won the cup. So that is, and I think Crystal Palace were similar to us, similar team last season to us. So it just shown a team like us last season, if we stayed in the cup, can come out on top. And they did it. And this cup was massive for me. I was really excited about this cup. So I'm a bit peed off, to be fair, because Moyes didn't take that seriously. I don't get why you don't put your best players on, whilst Wolves have put a few weak ones on at the start of the game, go 2-3-0 up, and then bring McNeil on. And the only player I probably would have started is Diblin and Barry, maybe. They would have been the two that I brought in with Grealish and Dewsbury. Do you know what I mean? And rested Illiman and Jai, maybe. That's the way I would have gone about it. And I wouldn't have made that many changes. Rest Grealish or rest Dewsbury or maybe, but don't rest both of them. Don't rest both of those players because they destroyed Wolves last game. And you know for a fact that the confidence would be high. And you know for a fact that Wolves would fear them. And I'm not being funny. We brought Grealish on second off and he's absolutely rinsed them, but we're running out of time. Everything's rushed because we're already 1-0 down and we're running out of time. And we're playing balls to Njai. And Njai even Njai's rushing because he knows we're 1-0 down and everything's so important. It would have been a different game for me if we wasn't rushing. And we know for a fact second off, when Njai's got those chances on the right, if he would have started, he would have buried them. We would have been 1-2-3-0 up. But because there's a lot of times running up, there's a lot of pressure. He's rushing it. His touch is bad, and it was all rushed at the end. And it felt like, to me, David Moyes had put the wrong team out. Wolves had took the bait, went 1-0 up, caught us out. And then it's all frigging rush backtracking for us, knowing we've made a massive mistake and just want to come back into it. But I'm really frustrated because we could have done well in this cup. When we've got Grealish and Dewsbury, our full strength team that we played in the derby last week, when we've got that team could win a cup. And I'm not even joking. That team that we played in the derby, we was better than them towards the end of the game. We could win a cup. So I don't see why in a cup that David Moyes says he takes really seriously and wants to win, why we would put that lineup. I mean, look, Alcaraz comes in, he's not normally in. McNeil comes in, he's not normally in. Irabunum and Garner, we know that's not a combination in the middle, but if you have to, maybe. I would have personally rather have put Alcaraz or Dewsbury Hall in Irabunum's position if we had to do that. The Coleman, fair enough, come and get his debut playing left back. I would have thought probably about playing McNeil left back. I know people will say that's mad, but I don't think this was the right game for Coleman. Coleman's got to come in for O'Brien on the right. I wouldn't be playing him left back. So there's just a lot of bad there from David Moyes. And I think Moyes deserved to go 1-0 down by doing that. It was always going to happen. So, yeah, I'm frustrated. And I'll pass it back to you, Paul, and I'm sure there'll be many more comments we'll chuck on the screen. But that's just ridiculous to chuck the cup away like that. The cup means so much to us, a good cup run. Our fans deserve a good cup run.
I think the players that we've got...
Azonzu as well, yeah. There you go. Sorry, I'll put you on, Paul, but I didn't even look at the bench properly. Azonzu, this would have been the perfect game for me to have played if he was fit. Yeah, Asnu, sorry, Azonzu. Bloody, I'm not paid off. I don't even know his name anymore. But yeah, it would have been the perfect game for him. And the last thing I'll say, and I will chuck it to you, Paul, I'm that paid off. I want to say more, but I've got a little bit of questions on. I'm not writing players off, but for what we need, Barry's got a lot to prove yet. Barry's got a lot to prove. That was Paul. Someone in the comments said about Diblin. I don't think Diblin so much because he did. You could see a bit of trickery there, but we set Diblin up really because I would have liked to have seen Diblin with Dewsbury Hall and Jack Grealish playing with the big boys, but we made Diblin play with fucking McNeil. All these players didn't seem to play that well, so I feel like if Diblin was playing with Jack Grealish absolutely dominating these players like he was when he come on, I think Diblin would have got a lot of space where he could have dominated as well. So I felt a little bit sorry for Diblin, but Barry, a lot of questions to be asked. I don't know. When you look at his face sometimes, it just seems like he was angry, but he didn't look like he was angry and he was going to do something about being angry. Do you know what I mean? Like, he didn't look like he was angry and he was going to make them pay and score. It looked like he was angry, didn't know what he was doing, angry because he was having a bad game and needed to come off. When you pay 30 million for a striker that we desperately need, he's got a lot to prove, Barry. Paul, trucking it over to you, mate. Go on.
You're going. You carry on with the comments as well. When I first saw the lineup, I thought, "Oh, there's McNeil, but there's no Mikalenko. There's Coleman, but O'Brien's still there. Are we going 5? Are we going 3 or 5?" I thought that's interesting because then we've got Alcaraz as well, who looks as though he'd be in behind. Diblin's starting. So I thought that was going to be the case then. And then we saw Coleman at left back. I thought that is a step too far, and that's not anything against Seamus at all, because I don't think he played bad at all. I thought we defended decent. I don't think Travers had an awful lot to do. I don't think he did great with what he had to do, which wasn't a lot. But I don't think he had an awful lot to do. I think they huffed and puffed as much as we did without having too many clear-cut chances. But I just thought, why wouldn't Mikalenko play? Just give us balance. And that way, I just think maybe McNeil will be a bit more comfortable as well. I'm surprised he stayed on as long as he did. But we've got those players were good enough to do that job tonight and play well. I think it was clear the players who haven't played regular were off it. And I don't mean sort of lacking fitness. I just mean their touch or their sharpness when they're getting the ball turning. I mean, I think Diblin was one of the few people who was like that, to be fair. It was just that they were all over him pretty quick. So that was really frustrating. I think he's probably done 1 or 2 changes too much. I think Barry should have come in for Beto. He was worth his chance. That's what everyone was saying after the derby as well. Giving Diblin a start in the League Cup makes sense. Like you said before, Asanu, it would have been sort of ideal for him to have a go. And if it wasn't him, then you would have thought Mikalenko. We're not playing till the Monday against West Ham either. So, we've got almost a week. So I don't understand why we changed it so much. And like you said, if you think we're not going to win the league, Europe is an aim, but it's not like a probability. It's not something that we are expecting to get. So the cups are important. I say this every year, and it's just so frustrating. All right, we don't mind if you get down to the quarters, get down to the semis, and you get knocked out by someone in the top 4, for example. We've had a good run. We've beat all the other teams that are around us. We've had a good run, but you can't cope with a team that's better than you on the day. All right, so fair dues. But just the stumble and falter. Southampton last year, same thing. Fulham the year before that, was it? It's just meh. It's just like, I'm not going to say that the players looked as though they were on a jolly, all right? I'm not saying that, but there was a toothlessness to it. There was no grit and determination. There was a couple of times people got pissed off. Coleman got pissed off in the second half, sort of in the first 10 minutes when we weren't pulling our weight, no one was throwing in a tackle. And Garner got pissed off towards the end, I think, because the referee wasn't giving us anything and he was getting kicked a bit. I just think it was toothless, and I don't think the lads who came in took their opportunity. I think there's a bit of responsibility on all sides tonight, and it's just, again, frustrating.
In the comments here, Peter McCann says, Barry, I mentioned Barry, and I did rip into him there, and I think fair play, I did rip into him. But there's a comment here that says Barry doesn't look like he wants to be here. I personally think, now I'm thinking about it, when I watched him for his recent clubs when he was scoring 17 goals last season, he has got personality. When his celebration, he was doing that mad celebration when he scored. I think he's nervous. I think he's scared.
Yeah,
I
of
think he's
course he
come
is.
to the Premier League. I don't think that he's coming to Everton and he's not interested. I think he hasn't got that goal to get him off the mark, and I think he's scared. He's intimidated by this move. The Premier League's a big move. I'm not saying that's good, by the way, because having a striker that's scared when we desperately need goals from him is a little bit worrying. Maybe we need to get behind him and he might boost up after that first goal. I don't know. But I really do. When you watch him, he's running around and I think he's paranoid whether he's good enough. I don't think even he believes he's good enough yet until he can make his stamp. That's what I'm seeing. I don't think it's that he don't want to be here. Because I watched
I
him
think
last
that's
season. He has got a personality. I just think looking at his face, it looks like he's scared, and that makes you think he don't want to be here because he looks scared. That's all I can think on that Barry situation. Well, 30 million is a lot for a striker, and they need to get it sorted. Don't know what they need to do. Everton need to get some people on the training ground and build his confidence up. Because I think from a striker, you need to see personality on a pitch, and him going around looking scared is a little bit. And then this is a mad shot, you know. Shamiti was better than Barry at this moment in time. He was more dangerous. He had more personality on the pitch, and that, like I say, you might disagree, but he had more personality. He didn't look as scared. I think Barry's got loads of potential, and he'll probably be like one of the best strikers and be in the French first team in the next 2 to 3 years, and that's why we've got him. But at the minute, we do need a striker that's good for us now as well, don't we? That's the worrying part, I think. I think he will progress to be incredible because he's got all the attributes.
The thing is,
better when he come on.
Yeah, the thing is with the strikers, I think we still don't seem to be supplying them with loads of chances, right? In their heads, they're going to get 1 or 2 chances, and they've got to do something with it. So they probably are shitting themselves, to be honest, you know, and they're working their asses off. But we're also very far away from them constantly, you know. There was one moment when you look at Beto and you think, you know what, you've got something. Was when it was a ball from the back. He trapped it. He backed into the defender. He trapped it and he rolled him, and he got away. And there was a free kick then after that. And you sort of think, wow, that's what we want from you. But it's everything else when there's time to think and we're asking for creativity and stuff like that. Neither of them are confident. Neither of them are calm and collected. It is all panic. And I think it's because they realise they get few actual clear-cut opportunities. And so their confidence will be shot quite quick if they don't actually do something well with it. But I definitely would say that he wants to be here. I think it's frustration getting in. So I understand why that's been said, but
Barry left Champions League football for us. There's a lot of comments coming in about Barry. Obviously, you're talking about him now, linked on to what you're saying. But Barry, some people saying he does look scared. Some people saying get Barry gone. Some people fuming with him. Barry left the Champions League football for us. He never wanted to be here, apparently.
I don't know about that.
We don't know, do we? That's the thing. You could be right. You could be wrong. There's no one come out and said that. Barry was banging. I mean, now he needs time. People need to. He is young, isn't he? He is a new.
Like someone else,
we've seen strikers come to the Premier League and need time, haven't we, Paul? Like we've had a lot of players as well that don't just score goals straight away first season. Some will need time.
Yeah, hey, fair play to Wolves. Is that Wolves fan who's in? Fair play to Wolves. They took the couple of chances that they had. So fair dues. Chances are you'll end up getting through to frigging quarters, and then we'll be like, frigging hell, another opportunity missed. We could have done that. So it's not Wolves. It's not Wolves or even the referee, to be honest. That I think the majority of us are annoyed about. It's just our lack of opportunity taking, and that's where it's frustrated. And I think we said
me a little bit as well, Paul. That in the comments there, he worries me a little bit. Tim Irabunum a little bit today. I thought he's Paul. He worries me a little bit as well.
Yeah, well, I think you could see Miss Garner Gay, really, because we stand off people quite a lot, don't we? We do stand off people quite a lot. He doesn't. He doesn't
Donaghy
go.
starts the press, doesn't he? He often
Gets
leads the
it
press.
back,
He's the
and he
first
gets
person
it
to
back
attack, which
higher up
gets
the
it
pitch as
following
well.
up.
He gets it back higher up the pitch as well. So we're straight away. We're on the run, and
It says there's
we lost that.
91 people on the channel now. If you could all 91 just hit that like while you're on now, I would appreciate it. I mean, we've come live to face this crap of a result, so at least respect us and drop a like. 91, and it's not even on X. The 91's pretty good. If we could come off with 91 likes, it's boss. That's the sort of stuff we want to do on this channel. Is get the support from you lot. We have tried to put most of your comments on the screen. I haven't read them all out because there's absolutely millions, but I'm sure you've been reading them as I've been putting them on, as have I have. But
I mean, on there as well. I mean, we said about the changes that he made. The questions are on there for the bottom. You know, if you don't agree with the lineup, were you happy what he did in terms of substitutions during the game? Because I think I tweeted, you know, on the plus side, something that he didn't used to do, he started doing, and he's made subs a few times at half time. Sometimes it's just been Beto for Barry, but it's been recognised. So, you know, and I didn't think it was too late when he brought Grealish on. I think that was around the hour mark. So, you know, is he noticing? You know, do we kind of let him off partly for the starting lineup because of him trying to react and bringing players on earlier than he would have done previously, or what would you have done
didn't have a
differently?
choice, so did he?
Well, what would you have
No,
done differently in terms of subs? I suppose.
I just think
Anything?
like he's brought players on when we're 1-0 down. Our best players on when we're 1-0 down, and but there is another argument, and I don't like to side up for Moyes here, but because I am peed off with him as well, I get the comments. But there is another argument where at the end of the game, you've seen Wolves bring on Gomez. They brought on Totti. They brought on all their best players late.
Yeah. Oh, they did the
Wolves
same as
did.
we did.
Yeah, they did
At the
exactly the
beginning.
same as us. So I do feel that David Moyes has been massively let down by these players that have apparently been chomping at the bit because McNeil, he hasn't had a sniff and he should have been eager. He knows that he was starting this game. David Moyes would have said to these players that have been on the bench, this is your moment, this is your chance. And me personally, if I was on the bench and I wasn't getting games because I've been watching Jack Grealish and Dewsbury all absolutely be insane, making it look hard to get in. Me personally, I would have known like this is one game of my life that I've got to play with absolutely every ounce of energy I've got, close everything down I've got, and do my best to actually make a statement that I want to get in. Now, none of these players have done that for David Moyes. David Moyes has been let down today massively. He really has been let down. And I think on what you saying that he made the changes early when they'd normally be 60th minute and he made them at half time, I generally think it's because Moyes knew he'd been let down. Do you know what I mean? He really did. And it's hard because you ain't going to get squad players that are the quality of Jack Grealish and Dewsbury Hall. You ain't going to get squad players that are that quality. But we all know that Alcaraz is better than that. We all know McNeil's better than that. I just don't know whether it's because David Moyes put too many of the bench players on, Paul. Do you know where people are saying it was 6 or 7 changes?
Yeah.
I just feel he could have made changes, but he did too many. Do you know what I'm saying? If he left Dewsbury Hall and Jack Grealish on with these players that want to get in, it's frustrating, isn't it?
I think Carl's got a point. Joe, maybe we did. Maybe we were too overconfident.
I knew Wolves were decent. If we did the pre-match, you would have heard me say that because I know that a team like Wolves that haven't won a game in the Premier League are doing everything they can to get a bit of confidence in the cup to give them, like they said at the end of the game, that'll give them confidence for the Premier League. So I knew Wolves would be up for this more than any other game.
I hope everyone doesn't take the frustration out on us as such. It is just so frustrating. We've been here before. This is blue therapy. If you've not joined us before, it doesn't matter whether we win or lose. We come on and we talk it out and we do it. And sometimes it's better better to just get it off your chest. It really is. So their weakest team is better than ours, can't it, Dan? Daniel. He's talking so loudly that no one can hear him. So their weakest team is better than ours. Yeah, seemed like
no,
it.
it's I put myself on mute because I cough, like I've got a cough.
All right,
And
okay.
I realised I was left myself on bloody mute. But no, it's our weaker team. What I was saying to you is our weaker team was a lot better than theirs. And we should have been better, and there wasn't. And that's just fact. Like, I'm not being funny. McNeil was a player that he scored braces for us in the past. Alcaraz is a player that last season was all saying, make sure we sign him. He was incredible in the number 10. We wanted him over to Corey. So, no, our weaker team should have been better than their weaker team. Their weaker team wanted it more. And it's frustrating that was the case. Some players do need to be careful, I'm telling you, because they'll be gone. Our standard's better than this now, and we're not going backwards into that relegation battle team. We're not. Our new level is Jack Grealish, Dewsbury. Oh, that's our level, our standard. What we've been against Wolves that first game in the Premier League, that's our level. And if these, for example, right, we played our best team against Wolves, we smashed them up. Now our players on the bench got a chance and said, see what you can do against Wolves. They got their chance. They've smashed them up. Now we'll give you your chance first off. Let's see what you can do. And they got given the chance and they've absolutely flopped it. So I don't think any of those players have given themselves a good shot into taking some of the other players' first teamers' positions. Really let themselves down today. Frustrating. Very frustrating. Like you say, Paul, do you think it's step too far sometimes playing them? Too many of them together. Do you know what I mean? Like
at the same time, but playing your whole B team.
They just didn't click, did they?
No, click. And I think, like I say, we've got a week. We're not playing West Ham till Monday, and we're at home. So I would have kept Mikalenko in. I would have kept Garnagay in if there was at all possible. And I know you got to give Travers maybe the League Cup, but sometimes I think, oh, can we just play Pickford?
Yeah, I know. And we've got another goalkeeper as well. That's the mad thing. We have got another goalkeeper. Is it? There's been a lot of anger to David Moyes in the comments. Is it?
Yeah. Just frustrating Moyes again. Maybe picking too many defensive players. It was mentioned a couple of defensive
some people talk about his tactics, like the tactics that he. Some people talk about the tactics. Obviously, the tactics of the first 20 minutes in the derby that made us lose. And then some people talk about the tactics today as well. They're saying that Moyes' tactics, it didn't look like he had a plan.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously have had a plan. They don't just sort of turn up on the night. It's not Sunday League. Do you know what I mean? So there are things that they've decided to do for whatever reason. Some of it we might not be privy to. You know, we've not seen Asnu actually playing much at all. We don't see them in training, so you kind of got to give them a little bit of leeway and credit from that score, because they're obviously going to see more than we are. But in hindsight, which is a wonderful thing, I just wouldn't have played as many lads who have been on the bench. It's not pre-season friendly, so you shouldn't be changing 6 players, for example. You know, and which I always go with get the score first, get the result first, and then you can bring 1 or 2 people on. You know, because it's much easier. It's much easier to defend a game, I think, than try and go and win a game. You know, you need your bullets. You need your bullets in your gun to fire those shots, to get those crosses in the box. And if you're only giving them a certain amount of time towards the end of the game, then you're putting yourself in a bit of a silly situation. You start those lads, give them an hour because you think that they're good enough to actually get a 2-3 goal lead or whatever it is, then make changes. And if they don't get that lead, then actually you might well have miscalculated it in the first place, which we obviously did.
I'm not sure what the corner statistics. Do you know what? You bang on there with what you said there, because I completely agree with you, and you put it in good terms as well. Like you say, I would have put the big boys on early, got ahead. Like you say, fire the shots, as you put it, get ahead. I think we would have as well with how we looked when Grealish did come on. I honestly do think if you started our strong team, we would have gone 1-2, 3-0 up in the first half. And I really do believe that, because we was having a bit of joy with not such a strong team first half. They looked vulnerable first half. I would love to have got our strongest team out first. And I think then when you bring in your McNeils and all that lot on when you're already winning, that's how you keep your bench players' confidence up, because then you might have got like McNeil come on and score, and then he keeps his confidence up. So we should have just got the momentum going. We should have got the big boys on, got us ahead, and then brought the other players on that would have been hungry coming into a game where we was already winning and feeling confident. We did it the other way around. We put the most pressure at the start of the game on a lot of players that have been sitting on the bench, and those players knew because they've been sitting on the bench, there's a lot of pressure on them. You could see that in them today. So yeah, it really was a fail for me. What have we got there, Paul? Is that the?
Yeah, the stats, but I mean, I'm normally a stat man, but I'm with you on this sometimes when you say it's not all about the stats. I know it says possession wise, Wolves edged us on it and stuff like that, but I felt as though we had a bit more purpose when we had the ball. They kept it quite a lot without actually doing an awful lot. They sort of kept it maybe better than we did in one or two circumstances, but I thought we had possession further up the pitch, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because
without doing enough with it, that was another problem.
I do get stats and stuff, and fair enough. I don't mind stats, but nothing can beat your eye on the game. And the stats don't tell you that their goalkeeper making a mistake, Dewsbury Hall getting the ball in a key position where he probably could have scored, and then turning back and miscontrolling it, and us missing a big opportunity where the keeper made a mistake. So you don't get that from a stat. And Jai mistouching it when he was 1-on-1. You don't really get that. You don't get how close we was from the stats sometimes of having big opportunities in that second half. First half, can't say much because we had a sharp team in my opinion. I don't think they are sharp players. I just think they played sharp. I know McNeil can play better than that. Alcaraz, I don't mind Alcaraz, Alcaraz he's good competition for me for Dewsbury Hall, but if you would have played Grealish on the left and played Alcaraz in the I felt a little bit sorry for Alcaraz, really, because I felt like these players that want to get a chance want to play with Jack Grealish and Jai. Do you know what I mean? Like, they want to play with the best players. Like, Alcaraz is probably thinking, I've come on, but McNeil's not playing that well, so I'm not linking up with him that well. And Tyler Gibbons a bit rusty, so I'm not playing with him that well. And then you get that domino effect, don't you? Where you get three players that are rusty, where they just all don't click. You needed someone to spark the light on these players, and they didn't do that.
I just felt, and I'll tell you what, we won't know. But if I had a chance to talk with the likes of more Alcaraz, more kind of maybe Dibbling tonight, maybe not Dibbling, but certainly like I've asked them why do we hold on to the ball just a little bit longer than perhaps we need to? Is it because we're waiting to find the ideal moment, to try, or we're waiting for a striker to do something when maybe their movement or whatever isn't great? Are we doing it because we think we can take the defender on and get to the line? We just always seem to hesitate. There's no sort of quick passing about it and one touch and everything else. It's a surprise to us when we have 4 touches that will create a chance in the area. And I don't mean a long ball. I mean literally playing it in one touch, pass it off to the right, make a move in the box. It's just, it just when it's quicker, you can tell. And I think it's a surprise to us when we actually do that sort of football. So when for example, the move for the first goal at Hull Dickinson, ball goes into Barry, brings it down chest, knocks it off to one side, and Dye gets the ball, plays it across, goes eventually over to Grealish, and it was just bam, bam, bam like that, and then Grealish gets it in, and Dye scores. And I'm just the difference, the shade between that kind of movement and tonight's kind of movement. Brighton are a better side than Wolves, and defended better during that game as well. So what's happening? Why aren't we moving it quicker like we know we can do? Because I tell you what, that's the way that we'll score goals. Around Beto, through Beto, with Barry, around Beto, around Barry. It doesn't matter. We just always see when we get the ball on the wings, it slows down a lot, and we then go back into the middle, and it either ends up with a shot going over the bar or eventually making its way to one of the centre backs, and we start again. It's just sometimes it's so frustrating. I just think we can move it quicker, and I hope we do against West Ham, because we'll need to, and we can beat them easily, but we need to be sharper. God, we need to be sharper.
Pooch says in the comment, let's pick ourselves up and get ready for West Ham on Monday. Someone did say earlier on as well, maybe that's the kick in the face that we needed to keep us intact, ready for this. I don't think it was, personally. I don't think we needed to lose this game to work ourselves up for this West Ham game.
No.
We've got to become a team now that can win the cup and take the confidence and win the league. That's what we've got to do. Otherwise, we're never going to be a good football team. We should be able to handle the frigging EFL Cup and then play West Ham. We should be able to. Whereas me and Paul said on the show, I think we should have started with our best players, played them till half time, and then brought them off once they'd done the business. It was simple. That's the way around I would have done it, especially when Wolves started with such a weak team as well. I feel that would have been a cracking combination of us playing our best players when Wolves started with a weak team. And then we would have been ahead. They would have destroyed them. It's just so frustrating to see Wolves have not so much of a good team on paper, all their players on the bench, and us not taking advantage of that. I feel like it was a trick missed, people. It really was. And we could have done well in this cup. We'll go and see someone do well in this cup now. We will. As Paul said, I don't think Wolves will go on and do well. I think they're shit. And we just lost against them tonight, which really pees me off. They haven't won a game in the Premier League. We battered them last time. Absolutely battered them.
We do.
Beto scored. Dewsbury all scored. Do you know what I mean? Could have battered them.
It's what we do. It was Southampton last year, wasn't it? And then I know Fulham were our piece and we lost on penalties, but that was another missed opportunity as well.
I just think that these new owners have come in. Everton, we have a team that could do well in the cup. I don't get why we're not trying to do well. It's just too cocky. Too cocky for me. Too cocky. And you do get some obsessed people that get blocked straight away.
You can do. You can do. Let me, on a brighter note, let's say brighter note, just to cheer some people up anyway.
Always look on the bright
Indeed.
side.
Indeed. I will share that.
Fair play to us. Coming on. Pissed off. Well, fair play to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to rate us. Like coming and showing our faces when we're just really peed off. And Paul's a proper sore loser as well. He's worse than me. And
I hate it, to be honest with you. I do hate it. Right, bear with me just so I try and find this freaking thing.
We're better than Wolves. That was just stupid. What a nightmare. What an absolute fail of a night. What is we doing? Moyes does need to be careful though, because these owners have got a reputation of changing the manager, and they have spent a bit of money, and they will want Moyes to do well this season. Just got to be careful. It's early days. He has had some good results in the league, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah,
don't Brighton, which I think was a fantastic result. Brighton was a fantastic result. Wolves in the Premier League was a fantastic result. The derby there was lucky. So we are playing well with David Moyes. write him off. I do think
don't walk on any train tracks yet. Do you know what I mean? It's not as bad. It's not as bad as it feels at the moment. Anyway, right. Our
we need a good cut run. That's why, isn't it? It's because we are desperate for a good. Our fans are so good. Our fans are incredible. I could hear them today at Walsh, shouting, trying to get behind them. Our fans are so incredible. I do feel that with all the crap that we've been through, we deserve a good cut run, and I think that's why a lot of people are frustrated because they wanted a good cut run, Paul. I think that's what it is, isn't it? Like they would have loved to have gone to Wembley, and we messed it up. We messed it up.
It is a little bit like that.
Emotional. Nuno is available.
Why not let me? I was able to.
Rod Ross is sacking Moyes. Rod Ross is sacking Moyes already. Do you think that's crazy? He's sacking him already.
Rod's red. He's absolutely fuming.
Yeah, to be honest with you. He is like these instant match reactions are a bit dangerous for Rod. Do you know what I mean? But this is why we do them. We love it. I feel the same a little bit. I'm 50-50, Paul. Part of me's got the devil saying, I'm going on a Rod one. I'm going to call it a Rod. I'm going on a Rod spree where I'm thinking, Moyes, you absolute idiot. What have you done? Fuming. Like, you've let us down today, Moyes. You absolute wonker. I want to have a proper go at you. I want a proper go at him. And then the other part is me saying, calm down a little bit. Calm down. It's not that
bad. Right. I got to say, yeah, I've got you now, I think anyway. So our 5-a-side competition anyway, there's not been that many changes, to be fair. But
Paul gets nice no goals.
Well, there was on Saturday. There was on Saturday. So a couple of people got a couple of points. Here we go. Get rid of that. And yeah, so a little bit. I'm get rid of one or two comments on that.
I've gone down.
There you go. You might just have to zoom in.
You can't see it. 21st.
Don't think there's a lot of moving. To be fair, I don't think there's a lot of moving around. If I go a little bit, well, let me go.
Me and Paul's is right next to each other.
Zoom in a little bit. So let's go from the bottom where I am.
Are you at the bottom?
Great. Yeah, well, I'm.
You actually at the bottom?
You know, it must be a family.
I didn't see you at the bottom. I was looking at me thinking it was bad. Is that your dad that's one below you as well, second from bottom?
I'm one above my dad. One above my dad. Hey, you won't be. You'll laugh on the other side of your face when Barry scores some goal.
Yeah, this is what happens when you love Barry too much. Ever better. You know what? Just think to yourself today.
I know
you're fuming, and I'm fuming too that we lost. But you could be there, like second and third from bottom in Paul and his dad's position. Rod Ross, I feel sorry for him. He's absolutely.
It's a long way till the end of November. It's a long way. Don't count your chickens there.
You're not on that bad of points, to be fair. You're on what are you?
It is pretty bad. What's going on there?
5 and 6.
There's something happened there. I mean, it says you're 21st there, but I'm not sure about that. I'll have to.
No, I was 21st. I looked straight away. No, I was 21st.
Yeah, no, but you're on 7. I'll have to have it. There's been a glitch in the system.
No, I'm staying 21st. I ain't coming down with you two.
Well, up at the top, Peter McCann.
Dan put himself up there.
Pause is there in mid-table safety. I don't know, Peter. I don't know.
You need to check whether you need to check whether I am actually 21st and the 7's wrong, because I think that's going to be the case. I think that I'm not on 7.
You think the 7's wrong? Maybe the 7's wrong.
I think that I am in that position. Maybe the 7's wrong, and not
maybe
I am
it is
lower on 7. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't want to be lower than 21st. I was peed off with that, and now apparently I might be lower than that. Am I top there?
I'll tell you what.
No.
Well, these are everyone's players, by the way. So let's have a little look. So you've got O'Brien, Grealish, Alcaraz, McNeil, and Beto. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says you've got 7 there. I'm gonna have to have a little look on that. I've got Tarks, Dewsbury Hall, Garnegay, and Endai as well. And Barry.
I bet you thought he was going to do well today when Barry started.
Well, I thought he might get something. He was just so isolated. It just didn't work at all. So fair play. Peter, who's top along with lots of other people who've probably got the same players. O'Brien, Dewsbury Hall, Grealish, Endai, and Beto. So, I mean, Dewsbury Hall and Grealish are doing and Endai are doing the heavy lifting for everybody. We don't seem to be getting many defender goals at the moment, which is what would make the difference.
McNeil
there. That's where we are. So if you're on 11, like all those people, then fair play to you. Sorry, Peter Williams. Fair play to you. And if you're outside of that in the European places, then there's still time.
Picking Shimichi was a stroke of genius. Oh, fair play to Paul for doing all that. You can see how much stuff he's had to type up there for you all. And I'm not going to lie, I'd struggle with that. Fair play to him.
Hey, we've not been scoring lots, have we? Hopefully we score and get a few assists against West Ham so people can bounce up and down.
You know what, though? I honestly do, but I'm not even being negative because I do think that when we play our best team against West Ham, I'm 100% confident and I like us and I do think we can beat West Ham. So I'm not going into the next game thinking, oh, we're crap, we're going to do rubbish and we're going to have a crap season. So I'm not like that. I'm not thinking, oh, it just frustrates me that we've gone out of the cup and we didn't play our best team. That's all that frustrates me because I know we're good now. I know that we're good now. I watched Grealish come on and he got fouled. By the way, the referee's shit. He got fouled about 10 times at least by 3 times by the same player. One player got a yellow card in the end, but Grealish is like freaking Cristiano Ronaldo. You just can't tackle the man. I can't believe how good he is. Like, you can't tackle him at all. I don't know how he does it or what he does, but he is insane. And I know we lost that, but watching Grealish come on second half, you just can't.
Oh, it's massive difference.
And it's mad because you're watching Premier League players that are international players, probably even the Wolves players. Some of them are probably international Premier League players that are athletes that are fully fit, and they can't freaking tackle Jack Grealish. Like, it's insane how he does it. And Grealish is aged 30 now, and what a player we've got! What a player we've got! So although I feel like crap about going out of the cup, I feel very happy that I've got my man Jack Grealish, I tell you, because he's going to smash it this season. We just need to keep him bloody fit. That's the thing that scares me because he's.
I'll throw one question out there. In fact, that obviously we made about 6 changes tonight, or felt like more, to be honest. But is there anyone?
11.
It might be an obvious sort of question. Is there anyone that you would keep in that lineup for Monday? Would you give anyone a second chance ahead of anyone else who was playing in the derby, for example? Who are you going to play up front? Are you going to bring Beto back in again now? Because Barry had a bad 45 minutes.
I would definitely bring Beto back in, definitely. I know some people saying Barry needs a run of games, but I personally, I think when you get, it's not fair on the other lads if Barry gets away being that poor first half. So I think, and I know some people will say, well, that's going to knock his confidence down even more. But Beto did score 5. I mean, Beto, people saying Beto. I generally would start Beto again. And then Barry will get another chance. He's got to wake up next time. We can't baby these players and feel sorry for them. No, you know what I mean? They've got to be hungry enough. Barry scored 17 last season.
They are professional.
Yeah,
they're professional in their job. So,
I know that's mad because it's really bad with our strikers though, Paul, because you give Beto a chance, and he looks crap sometimes, and then you think give Barry a chance, then Barry looks crap sometimes, then you give Beto. We're just going back and forth from each striker, ain't we? And them not massively putting their stamp down to say yes, he's the man. If you know what I mean.
I've got a couple. Well, I've got a couple of people. I've got Liam in who's just asking, "What's the five-a-side?" The five-a-side competition was where we chose one defender, two midfielders, and two strikers from Everton's official Premier League list. So you had to choose one defender, two midfielders, two strikers, and it's literally 1 point for an assist, 1 point for a goal. And we're going to do all the games, all the goals, including penalties, by the way. That would have been interesting tonight. All the way up until end of November. And then whoever gets the most points from that, we will give a decent prize to. So anyone who wants,
and Paul's he's doing the prize. So I think it's a week in Disneyland Paris. I think.
I think it is. But if you want,
a week in Disneyland Paris, baby.
If there's anyone who wants to join, you can do. But what I would say is that wherever you join from, you're joining from zero. It's not a case of you get any of the points. Obviously, get all the points.
Liam's always on, so Liam's saying nobody told me about that. Liam, if you missed the stream, mate, it's your fault. But you are always on. I'm sure you was on. I'm sure Liam was on when we did it. Maybe he just missed that one. And I feel sorry for you. You are regular, but
might just miss that one. I will. Liam, get in touch.
Is Dan going to? If I was going to,
Dan's not cheating. Well, he might be. He's not cheating very well if he is.
Can I just say before we go now, right? Because the only thing that's put a bit of brightness on this is talking about the competition, having a laugh. But Paul has done this thing for the competition himself. I'm at my house, he's at his house, right? I have not touched Paul's computer. I live 3 hours away from him. So me ending up on 7 and being higher up the shut up, you. Me Disneyland Paris, people. Disneyland Paris, get ready. It's going to be £2,000 holiday to Disney, and you're getting speedboats, people. Paul is rich. Don't worry about it. So make sure you do well in this competition because Paul, for the winner, is doing a trip to Disneyland Paris for a week, and he's giving you 2 speedboats, not 1, 2, just in case you want to go on with your friend or your partner. Right? Is that true, Paul?
I'm not saying anything now.
Yeah, so.
I'll tell you what I will do though, just really quickly, just for the benefit of Liam and anyone else who's watching who does want to join, and you're very, very welcome to do so. Let's see. So this was the competition: 1 defender, 2 midfielders, 2 forwards from the official Everton squad list that they put into the Premier League. So these were all the defenders. So you choose one of these. So I went. Me and Dan chose alternate. So in case both of our lists look a little bit crap, he chose one, and then we threw a dice, or did we say? Oh, we tossed a coin, didn't we? And one of us chose first and everything. So I've got Tarks, and what have you got? You've got O'Brien, haven't you? I think.
Yeah.
So if you want,
I think O'Brien could be good later on. By the way,
he could come into it. He could come into it. Hey, Keano nearly scored header tonight. So anyone who's gone Keane, fair do. So anyone who wants to join us, look back, do this, and then send me a message on X if you've got us, or Toffee Bluecast on Facebook or X or any of your other platforms, and let me know who your defender is, and then 2 of those midfielders. So they are our official midfielders, including Grealish and Alcaraz. So
you get 1 point for a goal, 1 point for an assist, people.
Yeah,
the first one that you showed, you picked 1. This one, you picked 2.
You picked 2. I've got Garnagay and Dewsbury Hall. I think you've got Alcaraz and Grealish, haven't you? I think.
Yeah, that's good though. Grealish, I like my pick still. I'm still confident.
No, he picks a good.
If you are, if Liam decides to just have a go on it now and he's starting behind, the good thing is, Liam, you're not going to be far away from Paul because he hasn't got many points anyway.
Cheeky cat. And
He'll be taking over, isn't he?
two strikers as well. So Ndai is was it two strikers? Was it one striker? It was two strikers, wasn't it? Two strikers. So was it two strikers? It was, yeah. So what? In fact, what is two strikers? We did say that as well, didn't we? Because I tell you what was weird. Everyone went Ndai and either Barry or Beto. No one left out Ndai at all.
McNeil was good.
No
Emma's always
went,
good on these, to be fair. Where was Emma? Where was Emma
Barry
in
and Beto. No one.
Where was Emma on the list?
Emma's in the top bulk. She's in.
Let's have a look where she is. You got to watch out for her, mate. She's a hustler, honestly. Where is she on the list? Is she like in the top?
One defender, two midfielders, one striker. Why did I call it five-side competition then? I could have sworn. Who came up with this competition?
How many have you got? How many have you got on your list?
Four, five. No, it is five. It is. It's two strikers. Deary me, honestly, God. It is two strikers.
Pick one striker, you said. Pick one defender.
No, I know, but that was wrong. It was obviously two. That's ridiculous because that's not five people. One defender, two midfielders, and two strikers.
Get before we're shooting off now, people. Get the list up. The list of where I was. The actual on PowerPoint.
Oh,
list.
you're
I will tell you that was because that was the not the position, just the actual the PowerPoint list of where you try to see how many
the team that you've got. The team that you've got.
Yeah, where my selections. Then you'll know whether it was two strikers or not, whether it was five.
It is. No, I have literally just had a look at that as well.
Booter says that's what supporting Everton does to you.
My brain's melting. It's this heavy stuff that I've been drinking.
There you go, mate. Bottle job. Just don't even remind me. Absolute. Oh,
honest to God.
Joke.
It really is as well. It's so bad. It is so bad.
Right, people. We will be back pre-match, and what we do, we lift ourselves back up. Luckily, we're like that. What's that fish? Is it Dora on Finding Nemo where it forgets something after 2 minutes? Luckily, being an Everton fan, we've learned to be fish and we forget stuff. So give us 2 days and we'll be back and ready for West Ham, which is a massive game. We're not doing that bad this season. If we can beat West Ham, we're setting ourselves up for a cracking season. Don't need to get too negative. I get it. We was excited about seeing Diblin. We're probably excited about Alcaraz getting a chance as well, and then just didn't turn up today. But it happens. It happens. We'll be back.
Technical difficulties. Anyway, you've got O'Brien, Grealish, Alcaraz, McNeil, and Beto. So Grealish and Beto, you're laughing. McNeil's obviously not done great yet. I've got Tarkowski, Dewsbury-Hall, Garner, Ndai, and Barry. So Dewsbury-Hall and Ndai, quite happy with. I just wish Barry would pull his finger out.
1 plus 2 plus 1 equals 5. Everton, Max.
There you go.
Love it. Everton, aren't we?
Two strikers.
It's two strikers, I'm pretty sure. Right, but this is it, people. This is the end of the show. Did it help you? Did it help you? Did you feel better? Or did you feel worse?
I do feel better. I was in a proper shitty mood beforehand, and I do feel better now. I'll be fine in the morning. I'll be annoyed. It'll kick back later for a little bit. I'll be annoyed.
I just feel like not being able to add up 5 took my mind off it at the end of the show. I was really angry. And then I was really angry, and Paul put the 5-a-side stuff on, and it took my mind off it for 5 minutes. I'll probably be really angry again when I come off the show, but don't worry about it. I've got plenty of walls to headbutt around the house. That is the end of the show. My partner needs a toilet, apparently. So, yeah, on that note, see you later, everyone. Have a
Not
boss
me,
one.
by the way.
That's funny, that is. You know what I mean? You're good with the jokes, you aren't you? You know what I mean? You're good with the
That wasn't me.
jokes. Everyone knows Chloe, don't they? She always freaking give me the
Uh,
baby or go and toilet. Right. I'm a boss one. See you later. Up the
see
toffees,
you,
and we'll be
everyone.
back against West Ham. We fight, baby, with all of our might. We didn't have a best team out today, so it just don't count. Don't worry about it. We'll just knock out Moyes and tell him to don't ever do it again. I'm a boss one. See you later. Up the toffees. Hit that like and subscribe,
See you
baby.
later.